Hey everybody, welcome to Press Start. It's me and Cammy. Luke is preoccupied because he's an idiot, had a baby. What a moron.
What an idiot.
This is a moron. He put a
Uh,
picture of it on Press Start, which I was not expecting him to do. So you guys all got to see the baby.
yeah, it's because I did it.
You did it? Oh, I was like, I don't know if Luke could put it. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure he doesn't mind.
It's the same one he put on Twitter, so
Oh, okay, that checks out.
I yeah, I didn't use any other photograph.
Oh, that
Just
works
the
out.
one that was already on the internet.
Plus, you know, I mean, all babies, like, if he's like word, like, they're gonna know that's my kid. It's like all
Yeah.
babies look the same.
All babies look the same.
They
It was
look
the
like
one
the
he already
same
put on the
thing.
internet.
You could go into a hospital, switch them all around, and like two people would get upset.
Yeah.
They'd have no
Just
idea.
use a stock image. They
Yeah.
wouldn't know.
But you know what? Enough about babies. Other than one baby, we have to talk about a baby. Is it 1 minute yet? I'm not even sure. Can I say? You know what? Screw it. A baby bitch called Sony,
Okay.
who was pulling a I want to say borderline Nintendo move with their Horizon Forbidden West pricing and the upgrade for the next gen console being $10. I think it was, or was it 5? I think it was $10 at first to upgrade to PS5. But after many people said, "Hey, that's stupid. We bought your
You
game. Why do you want us to
you
give
have
you?"
not you've not oh, hold on, time out, time out.
Huh?
Are you on about did you just say Horizon for paying for a five or did you say Ghost of Tsushima?
Oh, I said Horizon.
Horizon, they wanted you to rebuy it.
They wanted you to straight up rebuy it.
Have you not read my notes?
No, I did. I thought it said it was $10. $10 USD option
N-
for PS4 to PS5. A full price to take advantage of the PS5 upgrades. Did I miss that? Again, you wrote this is so fucking stupid. You should have wrote that about me. I didn't even I didn't even process that. That is so bizarre to me. I thought it was $10 this whole time and I thought that was ridiculous.
Focus. There we go.
The camera's
Oh,
freaking out. I can't believe
this is
that.
what happens when Luke isn't around.
He would have stopped that train before I started running off on it. But that's even crazier to me. I was under the impression it was a $10 upgrade, which I still thought was stupid because
Yeah,
it's
no, they said there won't be any sort of upgrade. You would have to if you bought it on PS4 and then you wanted to upgrade to PS5. Maybe you don't have a PS5 yet, which is the majority of people. You would have to rebuy it, the whole thing. It pissed a lot of people off, rightly so. I was one of the many people on Twitter like that's stupid. Um, so they retconned the decision, and now it will be a free upgrade. And the thing that you're quoting that I think has confused you is when they said like, "Oh, now you'll be able to. Don't worry, we've changed our mind. You can upgrade it for free." They said, "I also want to confirm today that moving forward, PlayStation first-party exclusive cross-gen titles, newly releasing on PS4 and PS5, will offer a $10 digital upgrade option. This will apply to God of War, Gran Turismo." That's what got you confused.
I think that is what got me confused because in my mind that's still stupid. You
Oh,
want
I still think it's pretty stupid.
Yeah, you want people to play like buy a PS5. It's like, oh, you're gonna get a better game, but I know you just spent $9,000 on your console buying it from some sketchy guy, but we could use $10.
Yeah, we need more money.
I mean, it's
We only
better
need
than
the
it's
whole
better than
company.
60 or 70, whatever Horizon Forbidden West would have been on that rebuy. Probably about 70,
Yeah,
but it's stupid either way you look at it, even if it is a little less stupid.
something
That blows
stupid.
my mind. That's almost unbelievable to me. I don't think my brain like process. I was like, oh no,
No,
that's ridiculous. I think
when you started talking about it, I was thinking, because I'm still not totally with it. I was thinking like, oh, if you, did I get confused and you were talking about Ghost of Tsushima and then you were going to lead into this because they did a weird thing with
they did a weird thing with that one too. Yeah,
they did a weird thing, but no, this was like, oh no no no, you're gonna have to rebuy the whole thing, and the whole of the internet went fuck off, and then they went, okay, no, for free, but later you will pay for others.
Well, it's moronic. I think we can both agree on that. I think most people can agree on that. A
Yeah.
very, very big time company trying to squeeze out just $10 extra from people, let alone before that $60, $70 most likely. I'm still not even 100% sure what the pricing for next gen games are going to be. I'm sure they'll go for $70 for most things just
I'll do
at
a
this
quick
point.
Google.
But that is insane. I actually cannot believe that's something they went for. That screams of like Nintendo in the 90s with the console wars with Sega. That exact
Yeah.
move where it's just like you're giving the other side ammunition purely based off these weird greedy business decisions. It's just ridiculous. I think they're just overplaying their hand and seeing what they can get away with, because of course they went back on it and were like, we're gonna do $10 later, but you know what, maybe we won't charge you for that. It's just kind of floated out there, floated as an idea, just like maybe people will be like, this is good for the developers, and yeah, more money to Guerrilla Games. I think it's just called Guerrilla Games, Guerrilla Studios, whatever, for Horizon Forbidden West. But anyway, it's borderline anti-consumer,
Truly.
and when you look at Xbox coming out and saying, "Oh, we're about the gamers," and doing just about everything to be pro-consumer, this paints the picture pretty clearly that Sony's going in nearly the opposite direction in some areas. They're
Yeah.
still making killer goddamn games, which I
And
think
that's the
is,
only reason they're getting away with this.
yeah. And people put their foot down. Good on you for getting on Twitter, for sending emails, for just speaking your mind about it, everybody. It does make a difference. Companies care if you hate them and won't buy their things because you hate them. So
I was
good
gonna
on
say, they
everyone.
care if you're not gonna buy their things. I don't think they really care if we hate them or not. But
I
if you
don't
say we're
know.
not gonna buy your things,
If you hate them enough to not buy their things,
yes.
that's probably the
Yeah.
better wording for it. But hey, they showed off a lot of things in that PS showcase, which made it a little bit harder to hate them. Uh,
That was a really good transition. I was
I
just gonna
know.
say I'm great at
Dude,
this.
you gotta. I've been prepping. The thing is, even with that mistake, I reread this multiple times last night because I knew it would just be the two of us, and I was like, I gotta
Yeah.
make sure
You
that we're
want to get right.
getting all of
On
it.
it.
And there's
You
so
got
much
it.
to move through. So I've
Um
rehearsed a little bit. But why don't you
you
start
got it.
off with
But I just quickly wanted to say you were asking about the Horizon pricing.
Oh yeah,
It is $60 slash pounds. It's exactly the same on PS4, and then $70 slash pounds on PlayStation 5.
exactly what I thought. Which I'm that as a move, off the base, with like an online game or so. I don't know. It judges by game, kind of. I mean,
Yeah.
most first person shooters at this point, like the new Call of Duties, I think should be $30 because there's it's not a lot of meat on that bone. It's a lot of multiplayer. They get away with it because casual. Some people, I think Luke was talking about it a couple weeks back, where he was like, some people all they play is Madden or FIFA or Call of Duty or maybe a mix of those three, and so they can get away with that high price because they're only buying like a game a year or maybe two games a
Yeah.
year. But I still think it's goofy as hell.
Yeah. I think it's stupid how there's like this. Well, all games are this price now, rather than this is how much we put into this game and we shall price it accordingly. Stupid.
It'd have been good. I mean, hey, I played Psychonauts 2. I'm moving through that again. That game, in my head, I was like, oh, they're gonna charge $30 for it, and then I saw it was 60, and I had it on Game Pass, of course, and I was like, okay, let's see if this is a $60 game, and it's clear from the very moment you play that game that game is a $60 game. It could have been a $70 game. It's insanity the quality and polish put into it. So yeah, I think if you put it enough into a game, I'm willing to forgive it. I'm not willing to forgive it so much to buy it twice in most cases, unless it's an indie developer. If it's an indie developer and I find their game on like Game Pass and I adore it, then usually I'll go to Steam and like shoot them $15 or whatever, see if they got a donation thing on their webpage. Just it's different for everyone. Horizon Forbidden West, that whole situation, ridiculous, plain and simple.
Want to do the segue again because it was really good.
Oh no, it's okay.
Yeah,
We can have the one. It's all right.
it's
We
all
can we
right.
can move on. We can
No.
move on to Project Eve, which now they showed it.
So basically, what I did in the notes is I was like, okay, there was a PlayStation showcase. I wrote down a list of like the smaller announcements that I don't think we really need to go into that much, and then the other ones that we can like properly break down. Before I talk about that, I need to make a public apology because we did a watch party for this. Like me and some of my friends and some of the viewers as well. Some people who like I know watch the channel and watch on Twitch and stuff. And I just want to publicly apologize because they were like had the stream open and were streaming it through Discord. I just had voice chat on and then was watching it like on my laptop. So I was like 30 seconds ahead of them. So I would scream and they would be like, "Shut up. We haven't seen it yet. Shut up." And I'd be like, "Oh my god. Oh my god." And they were like, just stop it. I was like, "I'm not gonna stop." They'd be like, "Watch it with us." I was like, "I want to see it." That 30 seconds ahead was so important to me. So this is a public apology to those people who I watched it with. I'm sorry. We can carry on now.
That is, well, that's kind of, we have that trouble with E3 every once in a while. We were all a little bit out of sync
Yeah.
with things, just
I
because we
think
didn't have
I
the
was
audio
like,
quite
I
figured
kept
out.
being slightly ahead, didn't I? So it's like
Yeah.
when there was that Pirates of the Caribbean Sea of Thieves announcement, I remember screaming. And it was like a delayed, like I would scream, Luke would scream, you would scream. It was a similar sort of thing. So apologies to those people.
We're very sorry. We'll all take on this burden
Okay.
of Cammy's horrible mistake. Her embarrassment to this
Sorry,
company
guys.
and to video games everywhere.
Sorry.
Anyways, Project Eve. Not much to say about it. Looks cool.
No, it looked fun. It looked like a very Bayonetta type situation.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
we'll see how it
looked good.
goes. Tiny Tina's
Looked fun.
Wonderland. A little bit more up my alley. Seems
Okay.
cool. Well, I'll wait and see.
Yeah.
I love the Borderlands. I'm playing through Borderlands 2 again as we speak, and we'll see how they go. It's kind of a spin-off of a fan favorite character, which if you ever watched Friends and then watched the spin-off sitcom Joey, you know that usually doesn't work. It usually sucks. But if you've seen Breaking Bad and then watched Better Call Saul,
Yeah.
every once in a while you find a little bit of gold in those hills. And this could be one of those. Forspoken, because
Oh.
people care. No, it's.
No, I'd say that's pretty accurate.
I mean, it looks.
I was not bothered by it at all. I wasn't that impressed. Maybe it was just me.
It's one of those wait and see games for me. I'm just gonna, kick back a little bit. Rainbow Six Extraction. After much thought put into it and not being caught up in the gusto of E3, I think that it is stupid. It is so stupid. I hate it. I haven't played it, but I hate it.
You hate it. Okay. Alan Wake remaster.
Oh, I've never. Okay. Quick story. When I started collecting for the N64 and whatnot, when I was like 16, 15, something like that, there's this game store I always went to called Games Ahoy. And at this game store, while I was looking at all these, like, because I had never seen like NES cartridges before, or SNES cartridges before, or Atari stuff in person, or some of it I never even heard of. But I saw this large box for Alan Wake, and I was like, oh. And I was tempted at the time to pick it up because it was for Xbox 360, and it was like $20. But I let it go. And I'm kind of regretting I did, because now I hear good things about it constantly, and it's getting a remaster. So maybe it'll benefit me to play the remaster and like have that experience. It definitely benefited me with Mafia.
Is it on Alan Wake might be on Game Pass, you know.
It might be. I think you're right. I'll do a quick search.
Do a quick search. I'm in a similar boat that I haven't played Alan Wake, but I've heard very good things, and everyone's been like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Okay." Bad.
Oh, it looks like it's been on there for a hot minute, maybe over a year, if it's still there.
Oh dang.
Oh well, good. Yeah, maybe I'll have to give Alan Wake a try.
Give it a go.
Or maybe I should just wait for the I don't know. Let us know in the comments. Is Alan Wake a game you play first before the remaster?
You have choices.
I do. We have so many options these days as video game enthusiasts. It's good stuff. And speaking of good stuff, Grand Theft Auto 5 again. You thought Skyrim was sticking around for too long? Skyrim is sticking. They're doing another one.
Well,
So they're not doing Skyrim 2. They're doing another Skyrim. So
they're not doing GTA 6 either.
They're not. We'll hear about that
No.
later down the line. Most likely, a couple of years, probably once it goes full next gen. Great. I haven't played GTA 5 in like a year, like maybe over a year at this point. I haven't touched it.
That's fair.
Ghostwire Tokyo.
Yeah, yeah.
Looks neat.
Yeah, looks fine.
Another wait and see game for me. Let's see how those reviews come in.
I'd say the same.
Guardians of the Galaxy, though, not a wait and see kind of game for me. It is one that fills me with curiosity because it looks horrible and awesome at the same time. I love so much about like their dialogue system and even some of their combat system, and then the character models and like just the worlds in general that they've showed off just look like plasticky DC like Justice League type stuff. And so we'll wait and see. You never really know what you're gonna get with Marvel games unless it's from Insomniac. More on that later.
Yeah.
Good stuff from Insomniac. Yeah, that's right. Foreshadowing. I'm like an actual writer these days.
Holy shit.
Like a real life script man. And speaking of script, Blood Hunt, that doesn't work. I don't know what Blood Hunt is. I think I missed that one. Or at least I don't remember it.
Is a vampire battle royale.
Deathloop.
If I were to describe Blood Hunt to you in like one short snippet, in the trailer, it was like showing off all the different types of vampires, and it was like, Nosferatu's here, and then it cut to him with a sniper rifle.
Is that real? Are you being serious?
I'm pretty sure that's what I saw.
Okay,
it was late and I was very tired, but
Vampire the Masquerade Blood. Oh, so it's from Vampire the Masquerade.
It's the thing that exists, and I'm not sure it needs to, but it's happening. It's happening. The look of wonder on Jacob's face. Yeah. It's interesting.
Nosferatu, right? Prowler.
It's
Oh, okay. You were slightly wrong.
I was slightly wrong.
I think you're just a vampire hunter. Yeah, I think you're just a straight up vampire hunter.
What did I see then? You're probably gonna have to edit a lot of this.
Oh no, it's fine. We're kicking back. We're kind of figuring things out as we go. Yeah, honestly, yeah, what I'm seeing does not look terrible. It looks kind of like a game up my alley, like Assassin's Creed mixed with Dishonored. So just Assassin's Creed with stealth mechanics that don't look half bad and combat that's actually good. So I can get behind that. We'll wait and see on that as well. I don't think I ever played I think there was a game called Vampire Masquerade before that. I don't remember. But I haven't played it regardless. So all good on me. I was
informed wrong.
Ha ha! I've redeemed myself for the mistake at the start of the episode. I knew of Blood Hunt. I'm a genius.
I'm the people I watched with now. After I apologized to them, I'm now like, you informed me wrong.
Yeah, now you're lying to them. But hey, you know what there's no lying about these days with its release date right around the corner? Deathloop. A game I am very excited for. There's 2 games this year that I think are in the running for Game of the Year for me. One of which I've actually played, and that is Psychonauts 2. No question, polished out the wazoo, no glitches, blows my goddamn mind. It's incredible. But Deathloop's also up there for me, and I think this is kind of the year for Arcane, because they've had so much trust put in their company by Bethesda and Microsoft with Redfall coming in a couple of years, or maybe even 1 year, somewhere around that time. Probably a couple of years if we're being 100% serious. Yeah. But Deathloop looks fantastic, both conceptually and presentation and gameplay, even the music they've been showing off, the art styles they've been showing off. It's across the board fantastic, but we'll see how it plays. We're still hearing about it a little bit. Tachia.
It looks cute. It looks cute. Nice little indie game.
I like indie games.
She pet a crab at one point, and there was a little heart, which was sweet. So
Sounds like a game of the year contender if I ever heard one. You can pet a crab in Psychonauts, if I remember correctly. So
ooh,
move over to Chia, however the hell you say it. Gran Turismo 7. I have not played a Gran Turismo game since the very first one on PlayStation 1. I had that when I was maybe 8. You never played one?
no,
They're kind
not
of
my kind of
cool.
game.
The first one I really liked as a kid when I was like 8 or 9 or something like that. And I still have that copy to this day with a functioning PlayStation
Yeah.
1, and I have not played it. I've been playing Worms instead. That's the small announcements, which means
Yeah.
we get to the big boy stuff now, the big people
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Sorry to gender it like that, but this is a PC channel. I want you all to know that if I hear one of you say anything about me, I will find you. Anyways, Knights of the Old Republic Can I keep that in? I probably can't.
Yeah,
It's fine.
it's fine.
I
Luke's not here.
I
No
threaten
one can tell
people.
us what
I
to
threaten
do.
people outright for a slip up in my speaking. Knights of the Old Republic remake. This is a
Exciting.
game I remember my brother having for his iPod. I remember me playing a little bit. I heard nothing but incredible things, and I heard about rumors of a remake for years at this point. Maybe like going on 5 or 6 years. Jason Schreier talked about, I think he tweeted out, he's like, so I know I've been talking about this one a lot. It's the one you guys keep asking about. It's a big deal, for sure. It's considered one of the best
Exciting.
games of all time, being brought to a whole new audience on PS5. And it's an exclusive launch to PS5 on top of that, which is
It's a console launch. It
console
will come
launch.
to PC, yeah, and then it'll come to Xbox later. I would have thought, but
Yeah. But
it's
still,
exciting.
great move for Sony right off the bat for
Yes.
console users because, given the choice, if you're a console person, you tend to stick with console and not jump on that PC train, hence why consoles are still around. And so people will probably jump on that PS5 stuff just for Knights of the Old Republic is the hope. It's a great hope by Sony. Another tick in the yes column for Sony despite all the idiotic stuff they do.
A weird week for Sony.
Yeah. I've never ever seen a more just nonstop.
Yeah.
This should have been a week of just like, check it out, guys, from Sony
Look at
pumping
all that
themselves out,
stuff.
and then they have a horrible mistake right at the
Horrible
beginning.
start. Great end.
Great end, yeah, like Game of Thrones.
No.
That was close. Anyways, there's no release window yet, but 2023 could be right.
I think so, because if it's 2023, then it's been 20 years since the release of the original, which would make sense. And if they've teased it now, that gives them a little while. I don't know. I think it. If I was a betting woman, that's where I would put my money.
I think that's probably late 2023.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's going to be, I assume it's going to be fantastic, and it's going to sell insanely well to not only like new Star Wars fans that are like, oh, they say this game's great, but to the old ones that have been waiting for 20 odd years for another chance at this game. Pretty damn cool. Next one, I really wish I was more excited about because I love the concept of it. I think it's just Kid Amnesia exhibition.
Yeah, Kid A
Mnesia. It's Amnesia. Radiohead are pricks. That's not true. I don't. I've not listened to Radiohead anywhere near as much as I feel I should. I'm a big early 90s, late 90s punk rock, boom bop, hip hop kind of stuff. So it's definitely up my alley somewhat. Unless that doesn't fit to them at all. Alternative rock, it doesn't matter. I think I would like Radiohead, but I have not listened to Radiohead, I think ever, at least not intentionally. So this idea of a, you know what, Cammy, you explain it. I think do
Right.
you ever listen to Radiohead?
I don't. I think I'm the same as you. Not. I don't think I've ever gone out of my way to listen to them. If I have, it's probably like on the radio, and I maybe didn't even realize it was then. So
Okay.
sorry to all fans of Radiohead that are now gonna hate
We'll do better.
us.
I'm gonna give him a listen before I play this game.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's a game. They call it an exhibition.
Yeah, it's an artsy. It's why I call
Mm.
them pricks off the bat. It's an artsy. Just say it's a game, you stupid pricks. Oh,
um,
it's an experience. We want you
yeah,
to
it's
feel.
Notions, an upside down digital analog universe created from the original artwork and recordings to commemorate 21 years of Radiohead's Kid A and Amnesia. An interactive experience. Coming out in November.
Right around that
No,
corner. Just in
right
time
around
for
that.
Thanksgiving in Turkey. Right, America? Or are you gonna let the bad guys win again and not play Radiohead on Thanksgiving? Play Kid A Mnesia exhibition.
Amnesia.
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 So I guess we've set the stage. You don't play this game. You are not American. Great
Yeah.
marketing ploy. I'll have to give
Yeah.
Radiohead a listen. I like the idea of it. I hope it's not pretentious and super, super embarrassing, because that's kind of the direction it's going.
It is at the minute, I think.
But
Anyway.
we'll wait and see.
It's another wait and see.
It's
Wait
a
and see.
There's so many wait and sees on this list, just because I trashed Saints Row reboot so bad, like a week back or 2 weeks back or whatever. And I feel like at the end of the day, it's like we'll wait and see until that game comes out. We can get hyped up for what we've seen, but at the same time, if I see garbage, I'm gonna say it looks like garbage, probably intensely, especially if I like the previous games in that series. But of course, it always comes back to, could be good.
Yeah. We don't know.
One thing I'm confident that will be quite good is Uncharted 4 and Lost Legacy coming to PS5 and PC. Because of all I've seen of those two games, they look incredible, and having them on PC sounds awesome. Especially Uncharted 4, because I don't really like the other three Uncharted games.
Yeah, four's my favorite.
I think
Four and
4,
two, I think, are far above one and three.
I didn't know I despised 4, but I edited that critique for Luke.
Three? You mean three?
3. Did I say 4? Shoot.
You said four.
Damn it.
Ugh.
Our brains aren't even functioning. There's so much great information. Like and subscribe to the channel. 3, I did not realize how much I hated it. I thought I was kind of on okay terms with it. I just thought it was kind of mediocre. Then as Luke broke it down, it painted like everything I was like frustrated with just became infuriating, because then I remembered Uncharted 4 and I was like, oh, they figured it out. And that makes this game that much harder to play, because it finally clicked for them, and just didn't pan out at all for Uncharted 3. So I'm cool with just 4 and Lost Legacy coming to PC and leaving the others behind.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of a shame for people who maybe want to play the whole series and only own a PC. But I think you're getting the best one, aren't you?
You're getting the best one. You're getting a spin-off.
You're getting the best one. You're getting the spin-off. And also, I think the fact it's coming to PS5 is great. I think it's bigger news is it's coming to PC. And it also provides a bit of hope that maybe other exclusives coming, like The Last of Us. Because if this goes well, it's Naughty Dog. Maybe they'll bring The Last of Us over to PC, and I know a lot of people want that. So
I would love to see that. Although there is one game that comes to mind that I believe should be first before anything else. It should be Bloodborne. Bloodborne needs a PC port. There are tens of thousands of people that don't give a shit about PS4, have a PC, love the Souls games, and just haven't had a chance to play it. Only got to play it a little bit. Maybe they went out of their way to get a PS4 and then were just like, I hate this console, but I love this game, because some Dark Souls players are really stupid and they might do something like that. I can picture it in my head happening with some of the people I play with. But there's a lot of games I want to play on PC from the PS4. Ghost of Tsushima wouldn't be too bad. Only time will tell what else they bring to the table. I assume it's been successful because I own all the PS4 ports that were brought to the PC. I've got them all on PC at this point. It's working, Sony.
It's a good sign that they're still invested in bringing exclusives over. So.
Oh yeah, and plus, hey, I bought them within like 3 days of them coming out. That's full price for you, Sony. So shut the fuck up and give us The Last of Us 1 and 2 in a bundle for $110.
And God of War.
And God of War. And Until Dawn. For God's sakes, take out the stupid little shaking motion mechanic, and then it can work. I think there's a little bit of I don't know. I haven't dealt with Until Dawn in years and years and years. I just watched. Shout out to oh my god. Shout out to Snapcube with the real-time fan dubs. I listened to those while I edit. They did Until Dawn recently, and I love that game. It's pretty cool. It's a sharp game. Sharp and to the point. Really like it. Sharp? What? Sharpness? Fingers?
Oh, very.
We got a guy with the sharpest fingers around. And his name is Wolverine. A guy I did not know I really liked, but then I kind of thought back on things. And my childhood was all about them X-Men movies for a good short period when I was really into Spider-Man. And I really liked Wolverine and Hugh Jackman in it. He was perfect. So to get a Wolverine game seems pretty cool. But that's not even the biggest piece of news. Who's making this Wolverine game, Cammy?
It's Insomniac.
It's Insomniac.
Oh my god, they were so smart. I don't know if you noticed, but in the showcase, it was like they brought up their PlayStation exclusive card, and then it was like Insomniac, Marvel. So everyone was instantly like, "This is Spider-Man 2. This is so exciting!" And then they showed Wolverine.
It's a great move.
It's a good move. And then afterwards, which we'll get to in a minute, they didn't put Insomniac up or Marvel. It was just the PlayStation sign. And then they teased Spider-Man 2. That's how you do a showcase.
It's genius. Insomniac, I stand by
Build the excitement. I love Insomniac.
They're a genius, talented studio since the days of they've been around since PlayStation 1. They did Spyro the Dragon. That trilogy is fantastic. I think I just heard I want to say it was in Jason Schreier's book. That might be wrong, but his first book, Blood, Sweat, and Pixels, I think he talked about Insomniac a little bit and their process of making those first 3 games. Maybe I heard about it somewhere else. Not 100% sure. Any chance to shout out that book? It's tremendous. But they've been industry leaders and innovators since like 96, 97. They've been going at it hard, just like Naughty Dog. In my humble opinion, they are on par with Naughty Dog in terms of quality. 100% adore Insomniac. And they're one of 2 flawless companies over at Sony, in my mind. 2. What's the 2 for? Stand for? What's the 2? What's the 2 stand for? Spider-Man 2! The last Spider-Man 2 game I played was on the PS2 and GameCube. I was playing it 2 weeks ago because it is one of the best games. So to have another Spider-Man 2, a Spider-Man 2 in a sense, it's
Take
pretty
a
exciting.
shot every time Jacob says 2. You want to get drunk.
That's right. 2B or 2. Spider-Man 2. Cam, why don't you break down this trailer a little bit? I'll let you have the Spider-Man one. No problem.
Oh, thanks.
It's all yours.
Have you played Spider-Man? Or have you just
I
seen
played
Luke
it.
talk about it? You played it?
Yeah, my little brother, he loves that game, and so I kind of walked him through it.
I also love that game. It's fantastic. I also love Miles Morales. I know say what you want about it. I love it. I think it's great. Yeah, we get more of them. I'm just so excited. There's not a lot to say. It's literally just like a teaser trailer. You see Peter's Spider-Man, you see Miles' Spider-Man, then you see Venom.
Although, I will say, there's one more piece of that puzzle that I believe was being teased. As a big time Spider-Man fan, comic book
You want
boy.
about the electricity?
What?
What are you going to say about the electricity?
No, the dude's voice who was talking to Venom.
Okay, yeah.
That was, I believe, pretty clear and cut. Craven the Hunter, who is a
Okay.
character that he wears a lion's face on his body.
Mm.
Like he could be a horror movie villain, no problem. Like if you just did that costume that he has, like it's a lion's goddamn head he wears. I never noticed that until like 2 years ago. He's a very cool villain. Does not get enough love, nowhere near enough. And I think that's what they were teasing as well. That'd be awesome if they gave him a little extra love and built a game around him being like the centerpiece, with Venom being like kind of his lackey, and maybe they team up with Venom down the line. Who knows? That's kind of the direction I see this game going in, where they can then do a spin-off Venom game after it. That's my exact train of thought. So
I'm. I didn't know if you were gonna talk about like in the very beginning, one of the Spider Men. I don't remember which one it was, or even if it's clear. Throws a like a standard enemy into um like a street light, and there's like a crackle of electricity, and I don't know if it's just Miles Morales' powers because he has that.
I think that's what
I
I thought
forgot
it was, but
what they
it could
call
have been
it.
Electro, could have been our boy.
But it could have been Electro. I don't know. I don't know if that's a little.
They also
Maybe we're
have.
reading far too much into this. I don't know.
Don't forget too, Spider-Man also has the incredible villain, the Shocker. So I should double
Yes.
check that. That might be Batman actually.
I don't remember.
The
I don't
Shocker
remember off the top of my head.
villain.
But if you want me to say anything constructive, I'm not going to be able to say it about anything Insomniac. I'm just like, I'm so excited. I can't.
Oh yeah, the Shocker's a
Oh,
real thing. That's a real Spider-Man villain.
can you hear that? Or is the mic not picking it up? Hopefully, it's not picking it up.
It's not. What's going on? Did a car
Good.
crash?
No, it's just a loud car.
Oh,
That's
I'm sure that's fine.
it's fine. Um, yeah, I'm just very excited. Very, very excited. Love Insomniac. Love that they had such a big
Much
like
love,
presence
Insomniac.
in the showcase, and I love them even more. Not, I feel like not enough people talked about this, but when Ratchet and Clank came out, there was no crunch. That makes me so happy.
They are a dedicated,
They're so,
smart,
yes, look after
talented,
their team. Everyone says
amazing.
crunch is inevitable in making AAA games, and they just proved that it isn't. So much love to Insomniac. I
Insomniac,
cannot
if you
wait
ever
for
need
the
it,
video game.
courtesy of Press Start, come down to our office at America slash Britain
No,
slash
yeah,
Britain.
yeah.
Actually,
Thank you.
it's alphabetical, so it's not demeaning. But America
Okay.
does come first, and we will give each and every one of you a great big hug and a
Mm-hmm.
smack on the back and say, "Keep it up, Slugger," just like that.
Yeah.
Except
Great
Britain
guy.
probably doesn't say Slugger. They probably say,
We
what's like your
mate.
mate? Keep it up, mate. That checks
Yeah.
out.
Doing great, mate.
You're doing great there, mate. You look awesome.
Doing
I
great, mate.
fucking love your shoes, mate. What brand are
Yeah.
those shoes? I don't have a transition for this next one.
Well, Spider-Man 2's 2023. That's
But
the
it's
only other bit of
2023.
information.
Wolverine
2023.
is
We don't know,
unknown.
but it looks so good.
It's pretty
I'm
cool.
so excited.
But now
Very
it's time
excited.
for.
Speaking of cool,
You did it! You did the thing! That
I
was
did the thing.
perfect. Take it
Right.
away.
God of War Ragnarok.
It's good
That's
stuff.
it, really, isn't it?
I love
End the show.
you. Yeah, that's it. I love you. Kaylee titled our document instead
Oh
of God
yeah,
of War, Dad of Teen,
because it
because
was Dad of Boy, but Boy is now grown up.
so
It's
now,
Boy of it's Dad
Boy
of
of
Teen.
Teen.
Boy of Teen.
That's the spin-off, Boy of Teen.
Boy of Teen. It's now Dad of Teen. If you Jacob, if you wanna name this episode Dad of teen, I would not argue with you.
I might, although it might be a branding issue. So we'll probably stick with the. Although I love that name, Dad of
Dad of
Teen
teen.
Ragnarok,
Boy,
fantastic.
boy is now teen.
Boy is now teen.
Boy
Loki,
has grown up. Oh yeah,
Atreus.
we should spoiler for the first God of War. I think we should say that, right?
No,
We
it's a
should.
it's a trailer for. We'll talk about everything that was in the trailer. We won't go past that. If it's presented in the trailer, it is fair game because it's put out by Santa Monica, and
I don't
not.
want to spoil the first God of War for anyone 'cause it's so good.
Oh, it's all good. I don't think that's spoiling. If we just say they mention Loki, Atreus is troubled. Freya is a mad lady, antagonist with Thor. Thor looks awesome.
In my notes.
Huh?
You're just like you're just going through my notes. It was making me laugh.
I went through him a little bit, but I wanted to talk about Thor because people were giving Thor shit with the design they went for with him.
No, they shouldn't.
He's amazing.
He's accurate.
He's
He's accurate.
glorious.
He's historically accurate. If you're thinking, I think I actually put in my notes. Yeah, he's historically accurate, not Hemsworth accurate.
Yeah, so
If you picture,
fuck off, please.
yeah, if you picture Thor and see Marvel Thor, that's fine. But if you're going through the mythology, he doesn't look like that.
Yeah.
He looked like God of War Thor. So shut up.
Yeah, he fits the art style. I love his design. He's unique on top of that. It's not like Marvel's Avengers where they had the, they didn't have the rights to those characters in the movies. So they just tried to get close. Like they didn't try to do anything new with it. They didn't try to do anything unique or make them stand out. They made them look like knockoffs. And I feel like that could have happened a little bit with God of War. They could have made it look like maybe a knockoff Chris Hemsworth a little bit.
Yeah, they could have been influenced, but they weren't, and I'm really grateful they weren't. They've been very faithful to like the mythology, and I'm excited.
It's good
I'm so
stuff.
excited.
It's
It
good
looks
stuff
so
across the
good.
board. I am
It was a great trailer.
we got a nice little sled too. With some
Yes.
dogs.
Yeah, there was like a wolf sledge, and the boat makes a return for like reversal. Because what I thought was really interesting is they showed off the like original area. I forget. The lake has a name, but I don't remember it. But obviously now it's all frozen over because it's Ragnarok time. It's cold. It's winter. So you can't. Oh dear. So you can't. It's not water anymore. It's ice. So different method of traversal. It looks very exciting. They showed off more combat with the weapons.
It looked great.
It looked so good. And what I noticed as well, which definitely made me happy, is my one criticism for the first God of War is there's not enough enemy variety. Like 99% of the time, it's like a troll, a bigger troll, or a skeleton.
I like skeletons.
No argument with any of them. But it got kind of repetitive, whereas in this trailer, it really shows off they have widened the horizons. And it makes me excited. There was a like centaur thing. There was
that thing weirded me out. That caught me off guard.
Crocodile looking thing. There was an enemy that seemed to come down through the Bifrost. Very exciting. I'm excited. It looks so good. I've seen the trailer so many times.
It's across the board fantastic. As far as a showcase goes. This trounces almost everything at E3 this year.
Oh yeah.
So much quality. There's a few things that people are like, what? Who cares? Mm-hmm. I mean, Microsoft had that same problem where they you got a lot of stuff to show off. Sometimes you can overdo it. Do we really need 15 minutes to talk about Forza? No one cares. Even though it's technologically incredible and will probably sell well, no one gives a shit. People probably do. I'm probably in the minority in this, but I don't give a shit, which means do exactly what I want, Microsoft, all the time, or people won't buy your things. Anyways, for me, I'd say this probably edges out Microsoft a little bit, but of course, I'm biased. They showed off, you know, Redfall from Arcane, and they showed off Psychonauts 2 in the Microsoft showcase. So I lean more
Yeah.
to that one. Looking at it objectively, though, some huge announcements here that I'm
To
sure.
me, this was one of the like probably the best showcase of the year, and then one of the best PlayStation showcases I can think of for for a long time. I think it was really super good, and then it feels like more information has come out since as well. Like it's not just been like a here's the showcase and then that's it, that's your stuff. It's like there was the showcase and then all these companies were like, this is what we're doing and we're really excited about it and we showed off our trailers, but here look, here's our key art, here's what we're planning. And it's nice when you see all these dev companies so passionate about the games they're making, and that's what I got from the showcase. It was like every single dev company, maybe apart from Rockstar, because
They didn't show anything, but I'm pretty sure we can all trust that Rockstar is very much hard at work.
we
Uh,
yeah, they'll be doing something, but at the same time, please stop showing me
yeah, no,
GTA 5.
we know.
I'm
Just give us a
bored of it
little
now.
thing. 30 seconds
Just
is all you need.
yeah, anything else. But anyway, like the all the devs just seem really excited. I mean, that we got a load of PR from God of War Ragnarok after the showcase, which is where we got to see Thor. And we also got to see, I am not going to be able to pronounce her name correctly, uh, Ang Angaboda, maybe.
Angraboda? Angrabada.
Uh, she
Angraboda.
was the young girl at the very end of the
Angraboda.
trailer. Yes. And it's like in the trailer, it was, I don't think anyone was just going to recognize her off the bat. But on the key art, obviously, it showed her name. I did a quick little Google, and she's the wife of Loki. And
Ah.
yes, and the mother of the world serpent Fenrir. I'm not good with names, in Hell. So she plays a pretty big role. They like teased her, but actually, you know, she's
Could be a
quite important.
big piece to
Yeah.
that puzzle there.
Um. So very exciting. Also, after the showcase, they confirmed that all 9 realms are explorable this time around. Because in the first game, there's only 6. Vanaheim, Svartalfheim, and Asgard are blocked off, whereas now you can explore them. It's
Heyo.
exciting. Very exciting. I'm
Well,
so
good, good.
excited.
It's moving in a great direction. I think they're doing something
Happy
really
family.
special with the God of War series, taking it from
Yeah.
something that was, pretty damn good, really cool,
It was, yeah.
and then reworking it into something equally, if not even cooler, and just making something new out of it. It's
Yeah.
again, it's nailing that new take. It's taking something that people that are somewhat familiar with, and finding a way to present it in a new, interesting, and fun way, which is kind of
Adapting
what
to the
Sony's been
times, isn't
doing.
it?
Oh, what's
Yeah.
up?
Just that they're adapting to the times.
Oh yeah,
Like they're not letting themselves get stuck in a we make this and then this is what this thing is. They're like, well, we can play with it, but have fun with it.
yeah.
They're video games.
We're looking at you, Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Fucking putting Immortals Phoenix Rising, easily their best game in recent memory, and like stuffing it under Assassin's Creed and the I can't even remember the name, Watch Dogs Legion, which granted those games have their merits, but put your best foot forward, or at least
Yeah.
release it in the spring or something, make it stand out, give more marketing to it. That was a shame because it really was it's Breath of the Wild basically for people that don't have Nintendo. It's fantastic, and it plays great. I adore that game, even though they reused a lot of stuff. It has issues because it's still Ubisoft, but it had a lot of potential. So fuck you, Ubisoft. You're still bottom of the barrel in terms of showcases this year. No question in my mind. Devolver trounced you. That
Yeah, they
Rockstar
really did.
Tencent thing where they just talked about diversity in the industry ran circles around you.
Oh,
You guys
that
remember
Take-Two
that?
thing.
They just sat down
Oh,
at a
I
table
think
with like
about that
14
daily.
randos.
Daily.
14 qualified randos, I should say.
Well,
But it's just it's not what people go to E3 for.
no, but brilliant showcase. Really, really good.
Really like what's
Well
the
done.
and we'll wrap up with this. Kami, what was your highlight of the showcase?
Probably Ragnarok. Probably, I think Ragnarok was my like. I was expecting it, so it's like for me that was the best thing in the showcase. But the thing that shocked me the most was Wolverine.
Okay.
That was like, holy fucking shit. Not
I
only are they making it, but it looks really, really good. So
I
that shocked me the most. I think God of War's my favorite. What about you?
I think I'm in the exact same boat, except
Yeah.
I'd probably give both spots to Wolverine because the
Mm-hmm.
potential of that game is ridiculous, and it strikes me as Insomniac doing exactly like whereas Crystal Dynamics, another longtime company, they worked on like Gex and whatnot back in the 90s. They're kind of in the same boat somewhat. They're very similar studios just in terms of history and going through. If you look at how long they've been around, basically is the only thing I'm talking about. But Crystal Dynamics is more of the DC, like in terms of if we're comparing movies to video games, where they jump to things with that horrible Marvel game, that Avengers game, where they just jump to it. All these new characters, all these new designs, this basic gameplay garbage. It's a garbage game. It's terrible. Whereas Insomniac, they start out, they're like, let's start with Spider-Man. People love Spider-Man. They get Spider-Man, they like perfect it. They get Miles
Nailed it.
Morales, perfect it. Now they're moving into Spider-Man 2. They're increasing their roster. They're increasing their trust from Marvel, getting things like
Mhm.
Kraven the Hunter, possibly Electro, Venom, for God's sakes. And now they've been entrusted with the Wolverine and possibly many of the X-Men properties, which is big deal. There's a lot of those movies. It's a big deal.
I hope they. Obviously, we don't know if they will. I hope they go more mature with it. That's kind of a little secret hope and dream of mine. Like, I mean, the trailer's definitely more mature than Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It's like much grittier.
He's got
and I
knives
just
for hands. If
yeah,
they don't have like at least some, gore
Wolverine
mechanics and
just
whatnot.
has that. Yeah, I think Wolverine will be suited to a little bit grittier. But I don't know. That's just the thing that when I was like watching the trailer, I was like, oh, I hope they don't shy away from the fact that Logan can be pretty dang brutal and like, you know, he's not a kid from he's not Spider-Man. He's been through some shit. So
What do you want to
hope they
bet
go-
he kills Spider-Man at the end of Spider-Man 2, and that's our lead into Wolverine?
I wouldn't even be mad.
That'd be pretty cool. It's like,
I wouldn't even
Miles
care.
Morales is like, why'd you do that? And he goes, come with me. And it goes, doo, doo, doo. And then it turns out there's 100,000 Spider-Men. They've been cloned in a facility. We need to kill them all or else they're going to be overrun. Help me.
Insomniac, hire us as your writers, please.
Please do it. I want to have
Yeah.
Venom in the game, and I want to make him
Or
different
me.
color. Red, maybe? Nope. Orange.
Ooh, nice.
Thanks for watching Press Start, everybody.
Oh, and he wears Crocs.
Ah, it's horrible. God, that
Bye.
would suck. Bye. Like as a
Bye.
brand deal, my God.